Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 25th of September 2020 after a busy week. I know we often say this, and I say it most weeks, a busy week, but this week's been proper full on. Not only have we got two parts of the Hellcat that went up with you obviously on Monday and today, but also we've got all the usual shows, the Q&As and the answers and all things like that, and we've actually done 5 reviews as well. So to say it's been a little bit full on is a little bit of an understatement. Anyway, it all started, as we can see, on Monday. As you can see on here, we spoke about really painting the Hellcat and go through the measures of it. So just down in here, you can see how we've put the green on for the cockpit first. Then we do the black to light fast the framework and make sure it's all good before obviously we moved on to primer coats and so forth and so on with this one, making our way through. And then what we did, we ended up in part 4 of literally showing how to spray white. Okay, so I know a lot of you struggle with spraying whites, and obviously with the colour, we made a little bit of a blend from Hataka and Tamiya. I do like Tamiya's XF2, I think it's great, but usual way, nice dusty coat on there first, and then secondary colour going down over the top of it just to build it up, and then third coat is done, and that's it. It's dry and ready to touch within half an hour and you're good to go making your way on. So that was really on Monday, all about the Hellcat on there. Also on Monday as well, we had the actual review for the Stearman. So this is ICM's latest kit, the 132nd PT17 Cadet. Really very, very nice kit, I have to say. It's a fantastic review on this one, goes right the way through it. Not only is there lovely options in there for the markings to do, but the kit itself again is one of those ones that I think ICM have really nailed down now. Very straightforward builds, there's nothing complicated about it, and they go together really, really well. So from that point of view, I'm actually looking forward to building this one in the future. So I've kept this kit for myself. And yeah, I will be building it just as soon as I can get round to actually doing that one. So anyway, that was Monday up there. On Tuesday, we were talking, loads of questions being answered. It's the Q&A show, so you put your questions to me and I answer them as best as I can. So you can see over on here, just to whip through, we did ones about using brass tubing for gun barrels, things like that, and cutting those. We did another one about mud effects and spattering and making mud flicking and stuff like that out of pigments, PVA glue and a little bit of airbrush cleaner. We spoke about using white top Tamiya glue for photo etch parts, and will it work? Yes, it does. Gradient of paint, obviously going from blue into black and so forth and so on like that. We spoke about painting black as well, how we get that nice black effect, and a couple of other ones we had in here were, I lost a little bit on it, sorry, we've moved it away, here we go, was on about some airbrushing type things. So you get like spitting, why do you get spitting, and about obviously looking at your nozzle and how your nozzle is sitting into relation to your needle, but also the actual air cap itself, the actual surround for it, because again, if it's too loose, you get the sort of spitting, which is what we're sort of trying to recreate in this little clip here, which is something like that. There it is, satellite delay, but there we go. So you get that spit every time you push the trigger, and that's just on about needle, the way that that's seated into the nozzle, and obviously for nozzle wear. Then we moved on a little bit and we were talking about obviously problems you can have about needles and when they start to wear out and what can happen. And I think you'll probably be able to see it in here is obviously where we started spitting paint. You can see we've got bubbling, and again, this is one of those, so I show that it's not just you know, the end cap not seated correctly. Sometimes the nozzle, if it's too worn, will actually physically block the end of your airbrush, and then the only way the paint can go is actually out the top. And so if you've got a problem with no paint coming through, full stop, it could be that your nozzle's worn out and actually pressing up against the end cap and actually stopping the airflow coming through. And that was on that one. Same thing as well, that day we had a review up for you, so we had the gorgeous Armour Hobby 72nd Yak 1B. Again, a beautiful, beautiful kit. Funnily enough, it's one of those ones after building the Hurricane, I'm fast becoming a fanboy of Armour Hobby. ICM, I love ICM, I think their kits are great, I love Edard, but actually Armour Hobby, the detail they are producing in 72nd scale is absolutely off the chart. They're actually giving Edard a run for their money when it comes to 72nd scale kits, and the detail and the fineness and the crispness of the panel lines you can get in such a small scale. So anyway, we had a good look at that kit, another beautiful one from them, great decals for it, but again, that surface detail detail is unbelievable in such a small scale. It's stuff you dreamt about having on a 48 scale kit a few years ago, and now we're getting it down literally into the 72nd scale stuff. So yes, legendary with that one. Wednesday was me and Matt, so it's the PM show. So we were talking all things, well, literally everything that you can imagine to do with kits, and obviously new releases that are coming out, obviously new stock items that PM Models has got back in store. We obviously were talking about the latest releases and pre-orders and everything else. So not only is it all things kits and that, but obviously we talk about the state of the hobby, where we think it's going, from a business point of view, how PM Models is doing, and where we're going with that, and all the different bits and pieces. So if you're not so much into your building, but you're into your kit buying and collecting and stuff like that, that's definitely the show for you. So I say we're covering all the good thing and any bits of gossip that we get in and that we're allowed to pass on and things like that. Obviously you guys are the first to know via the PM show with me and Matt. Same day as well, obviously one of the first big reviews of the week was the long-awaited Edard BF109E. This is the dual set, so you actually get two kits in here of the legendary BF109E. Obviously it's the early 109, and again the fantastic decal options that are in there is 13, 2 aircraft. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So with old Adolf Galland in there as well, you get the little resin figure in that kit, and again looking at the surface detail on that kit is absolutely fantastic. So that review actually went up with you on Wednesday as always. Last night was the live show, so obviously it was me and the boys were all on there. So it's myself, obviously Matt and John with you last night answering all your questions. We had loads of questions, and I think we ended up just doing over 2 hours, 10 minutes talking, because we went on by 40 minutes longer than we should have done, hence whilst the dog was desperate to get out at the end. But anyway, we had a good look round. We answered as many questions as possibly could, and obviously we looked at all your great work as well from the actual forum over the last 7 days as well. So if you want to join in with those, don't forget to live show. You can join in for Flory members if you're in the actual chat room as well, so we can answer any of your questions that you pose up on the site and show all of your great work. Same thing. Yeah, so you had the review then, and this is the 1/32nd version of the Edard 109E. So basically it's like the big brother or the larger kit. You only get one, obviously in this one being a bigger kit. They're roughly the same price, about £50, and obviously this one has got all the nice bits with it as well, and all the bits of resin like the other one's got, and you do get a bigger version of Galland, obviously in 1/32nd, so it's like a bust of him as well. So a very nice job, one of that with him sort of standing as you go through. So again, a fantastic kit in 32nd scale, and a good review on that one to have a proper look through. That brings us up to today, and up with you today we've actually got part 5 of the Hellcat. Okay, so part 5 really is all about how we do masking work. So not only do we look at obviously the painting and the airbrushing of the model, as you can see down in here, but about masking up by using hard edge camo and soft edge camo. So on this one we actually used the hard edge camo for the white to the actual intermediate blue on there, and then we actually used a tack worm for a softer edge camo between the intermediate blue and the dark blue, which will go on next. And again, we talk about obviously airbrushing and spraying and putting down paint and various things on this one in detail. So really this one is all about masking up and how to prepare your model, making sure you get the curves, a couple of little shortcuts and cheats to give you the best possible finish on there, just like that. The next part, which will be up with you on Monday, is going to be covering putting on the dark blue on the top, and then we move into the other forms and weathering and things like that afterwards, and get you onto the oils and all stuff along there. Same time today we've also got the review of Meng's latest release. This is the 1/35th scale Warrior FV510, so the infantry fighting vehicle. Again, a bang up to date Warrior. Obviously we saw the Academy one. I've built the Academy one. It's a beautiful kit, goes together really well, but it's nice now to have a bang up to date with all the protective armour, with the bar armour, and obviously the crew protection stuff up on the turret as well, right the way through. So again, if you want a bang up to date kit of the actual Warrior to perhaps go along with your Challenger 2 from the Ryefield one that we reviewed the other week, then this is where you want to go. Again, gorgeous kit. Bit different on this one. It's actually in a very pale grey, almost white styrene. So it's great because it shows up fantastically on camera. But the detail in it is beautiful. Very nice. There's no flash or any nasties either between that bar armour. It is very good, solid kit in there. And even the tracks aren't too bad by the looks of it, although Yeah, there's lots of them, and you can literally have a lot of fun with that one. So literally that was this week, a very, very busy week indeed. And as I said, the Hellcat is coming along very, very nicely, as you can see down here. The weathering is all done on it now, so literally this is just ready for final assembly. So we've just got the prop to do, and then we can unmask it. We can maybe give it a little bit of flat work right around it. I just want to kill it down a little bit more, being a naval aircraft, and they get a bit more bleach, so we want to do a little bit. And then we've got to put the exhaust stains on and all the bits and pieces as well, really to finish it off. And then we can do lights, we can get the aerials onto it, and it'll be completed. Another one done as we make our way through. Again, I can only say it so many times, but I'm going to say it the last time now, is that I absolutely love this kit. Not only is it fantastic and the detail is beautiful and it goes together literally with your eyes shut, it's £18, and in this day of kits costing roughly 50 quid as an average for a 48 scale, kit and all the rest of it, this one is a fantastic bargain. And we were talking with Matt on the PM show a couple of weeks ago about bargain kits and how obviously, coming about some of the classics, some of the Tamiya line, this fits in there. The weekend editions from Edard are absolutely beautiful, especially if you don't want to get bogged down in photo etch and resin. Honestly, this is where you want to go with these. It is beautiful. Loving that one. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable build, and I'm actually going to really miss that when that one's finished. But anyway, we'll make our way through, and we've got more great kits coming up. So we've got some armour on the way next. I'm doing an Abrams, bang up to date, Abrams tank, so that's going to be my next one, which will be starting next week. And making our way with that, plus the fact I've still got a ton of reviews still to come. So we've still got to come. We've got an HPH Tiger Cat, because I obviously mentioned it on the live show yesterday. I've got a Zoo, oh my lord, we've got this guy which will be up with you next week as well, which is Zoo 57-2. We've still got to come the actual Oldsmobile, as I call it, which is the F4 Phantom Hasegawa Reeboks as well by Armour Hobby. We've got this little guy as well, which is the Bedford refueler truck, 1/72 scale. It's a die cast. It's quite an interesting review on that one. As well as I've got coming, literally, it's winging its way to me today, is the Fokker DR1, which is the main nut hybrid thing, which would be lovely to see as well. So again, it's one of those things, we thought that Wingnut Wings was it, and they were gone. And actually Meng have released that kit, so it'll be interesting to see if we get some more out of them. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that Wingnut Wings will make a reappearance through Meng, and they'll do a little bit of, perhaps not full on, but a limited runs of some of the fantastic Wingnut Wings kits. As I say, I've built quite a few now, and they are beautiful. So it'll be quite nice if Meng, even if they just released a few of them, at least it keeps it going somewhat, and it keeps the trolls down on the internet who are flogging Wingnut Wings kits now for horrendous money, as we all know. Anyway, that's about it for me for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember, you can see all those great views. If you want to, you can pop right over to, if I can find it. Sorry, if you pop right over to the review section on the actual site, you can find all the reviews down in here, and any review that we've done. We've literally got hundreds and hundreds on there right now. If you want to catch up with anything we've been getting on, just click on the vlog. They're all free to watch. You can see all of those down in there as well. So obviously everything we've been getting on in there. And then don't forget, on Sunday night, we've got our... I can just find it. Here it is. It's in here. We've actually got the auction. So at Sunday night at 7 p.m, we've got another live auction. Love to have you along with this one. As I said, we've got fantastic, as you can see, ones to go in here. So some of this is all brand new, some of it is second hand, but hopefully you guys will be able to pick up some bargains down there. I think we've got 30 lots up today. Some of them are in sets of, but as I say, some of them are individual. So if you want to join us live, as I say, either as a member or not a member, we'll be on the internet. Usual links and that will be on the site and on the vlog page to be able to see as well. So if you want to come and join us, please do. As I say, join us for a couple of hours, a little bit of fun, a little bit of auction work, and hopefully you guys can pick up a bit of a bargain in there as well. So if you want to come, be absolutely fantastic. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until Monday, happy modelling. Take care.